Hi guys, it's Miss Crescenzo again, and today I'm going to be doing a read aloud of Goldilocks and the Three Bears. And this is a classic story, it's an old story, but this is retold and illustrated by James Marshall. Once there was a little girl called Goldilocks. What a sweet child, said someone new in town. That's what you think, said a neighbor. One morning, Goldilocks' mother sent her to buy muffins in the next village. You must promise not to take the shortcut through the forest, she said. I've heard the bears live there. I promise, said Goldilocks. But to tell the truth, Goldilocks was one of those naughty little girls who do exactly as they please. Where's she going? It looks like she's taking the shortcut through the forest that her mother told her not to take. Meanwhile, in a clearing, deeper inside the forest, in a charming house all their own, a family of brown bears was sitting down to breakfast. Patooey, cried big old Papa Bear, this porridge is scalding. I've burned my tongue. I'm dying, cried Baby Bear. Now really, said Mama Bear, who was of medium size, that's quite enough. I know, said Papa Bear. Why don't we go for a spin while the porridge is cooling? Excellent, said Mama Bear. So they got on their rusty old bicycle and off they went. And porridge is kind of like oatmeal. A few minutes later, Goldilocks arrived at the bear's house. She walked right in without even bothering to knock. On the dining room table were 3 inviting bowls of porridge. I don't mind if I do, said Goldilocks, helping herself to the biggest bowl. But the porridge in the biggest bowl was much too hot. Patooey, cried Goldilocks, and she spat it out. Next, she tasted the porridge from the medium-sized bowl, but that porridge was much too cold. Then Goldilocks tasted the porridge in the little bowl, and it was just right, neither too hot nor too cold. In fact, she liked it so much that she gobbled it all up. Feeling full and satisfied, Goldilocks thought it would be great fun to have a look around. Right away, she noticed a lot of coarse brown fur everywhere. They must have kitties, she said. In the parlor, there were 3 chairs. I don't mind if I do, she said, climbing into the biggest one. But the biggest chair was much too hard, and she just couldn't get comfortable. Next, she sat in the medium-sized chair, and that chair was much too soft, and she thought she might never get out of it. Then Goldilocks sat in the little chair, and that was just right, neither too hard nor too soft. In fact, she liked it so much that she rocked and rocked until the chair fell completely into pieces. Now all that rocking left Goldilocks quite tuckered out. I could take a little snooze, she said, so she went to look for a comfy place to nap. Upstairs were 3 beds. I don't mind if I do, said Goldilocks, and she got into the biggest one. But the head of the biggest bed was much too high. She doesn't look very comfortable, does she? Next, she tried the medium-sized bed. But the head of that bed was much too low. Then Goldilocks tried the little bed, and it was just right. Soon she was all nice and cozy and sound asleep. She did not hear the bears come home. But the 3 bears were mighty hungry. When they went in for breakfast, they could scarcely believe their eyes. Somebody has been in my porridge, said Papa Bear. Well, somebody's been in my porridge, said Mama Bear. Somebody's been in my porridge, said Baby Bear, and eaten it all up. She made quite the mess. In the parlor, the 3 bears were in for another little surprise. Somebody's been sitting in my chair, said Papa Bear. Somebody's been sitting in my chair, said Mama Bear. Somebody's been sitting in my chair, said Baby Bear, and broken it to smithereens. And smithereens is a word for tiny little pieces. And you can see the chair's broken up into a bunch of tiny little pieces everywhere. 3 bears went upstairs on tiptoe, not knowing what they would discover. At first, everything seemed fine. But then Papa Bear laid down on his big brass bed, and brass is a type of metal. "Somebody has been lying in my bed," he cried, and he was not amused. He looks very unhappy. "Ah," cried Mama Bear, "somebody's been lying in my bed." She doesn't look happy either. "Look," cried Baby Bear, "somebody has been lying in my bed, and she's still there." Ooh, oh no. They look very upset. "Now see here," roared Papa Bear. Goldilocks woke up with a start, and her eyes nearly popped out of her head. But before the bears could demand a proper explanation, Goldilocks was out of bed, out the window, and on her way home. "Who was that little girl?" asked Baby Bear. "I have no idea," said Mama Bear, "but I hope that we never see her again." And they never did. Looks like she got so scared she ran away and didn't want to go back. And that is our story of Goldilocks and 3 bears. So I hope that you guys enjoyed, and I will be back with another read aloud soon. Bye, guys.